9 years ago, I moved to Minnesota from Michigan in hopes of finding a teaching job where I could make a difference. I was looking for a challenge, and what I found was LIFEPrep. Truth be told, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. It was perfect. I was working late one night painting my classroom when the custodian started up a conversation with me. All the usual questions came up. Where are you from? What brought you to Minnesota? How many years have you been teaching? And then I was asked the question that has changed how I see every part of my job. He asked, so why don't you get a job teaching in a real school? I didn't have an answer at the time, but I have one now. My job at LIFEPrep doesn't get any more real. Real is only 1 out of every 4 of my students will graduate from high school. Real is the fight I broke up in the bathroom and the 3rd grader's dinner I packed every night for 2 years so that she had something to eat at home. Real is the little girl who called me at 3 a.m. asking me to come pick her up off the street, and the boy who sleeps on the floor every night so his little sister can have the bed. Real is also the Thanksgiving dinners that I share with my students at my home, a class dinner to celebrate Christmas, and trips to the ice cream store, and endless hugs and laughs. But the best is seeing the change in my students and how they see themselves and what they can achieve. I want my students to know I see them as real people who deserve all these things and more. I want them to know the feeling of earning an A through hard work and giving it all they have. I need them to have the tools to do that. Kids in Need puts those tools in my students' hands. My students never have to worry about having pencils or paper. All the basics are taken care of. On top of that, Kids in Need has given us so much more than just the basics. We have watercolors for our Van Gogh night, jump ropes for recess, blankets to lie on for our readathons, and all sorts of awesome things I can use as rewards in my classroom. I do teach in a real school. I have real students with real needs, and I choose to teach at LIFEPrep because there are endless possibilities everywhere I look. Kids in Need makes it possible for me to help my students see possibilities they never knew were there. Thank you, Kids in Need, for making a difference in my classroom and the lives of my students.